So for this practice snack, we'll be focusing on the mid-back, and we'll be getting into a little bit of the inner leg. So let's get started. We're going to shift onto all fours, coming into a tabletop. Let's take a moment to curl the toes under and start to wake up, which is actually the origin of our back body, the bottoms of our feet. So depending on what you've just been up to, you might have just slipped some shoes off, and this will feel particularly good. Start to press the ball of the foot into the floor a little bit and pad the hands just to make contact and start to create a sense of suction through the palm of the hand. So let's find our pelvis in space. You can create some spontaneous rolling and tucking and releasing, and that will help you to find your neutral position. Now stack your hips over your knees. I'm going to walk back a little bit, and I'll start to create these tents with my fingers so that I can get long through the spine and then find my way to create a nest with my forehead down into the floor. Stay connected through the balls of your feet. Nothing rigid or forced, but just stay connected. Start to lengthen through the inner and outer arm. If you really want to nerd out, the skin of the inner arm is drawing downward towards the shoulder, while the outer arm is lengthening up towards your baby fingers. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let the rib cage get very weighty, and then reposition the hands. Stay very connected to the palms, create that hollowing, maintain that hollowing, but make full contact with your palm. Inhale, lift the chin, gaze forward. Pressing into the palms, so you might feel some tingling in the arms after that. We'll walk the hands up so that we're stacking bone. So we're stacking shoulders over wrists here. And you can rock back and forth, side to side, until you can find a nice midpoint for you to weight bear. So really grounding through the roots of the index and thumb. Inhale, let's float the right arm up. And exhale, you're going to slide the palm, threading this needle to the left side. Now we'll tent the fingers of the left hand, start to press into the outer right arm. Exhale as you bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. So you start to feel this rotation through your mid-back. You can invite the pelvis to level itself, but nothing forced. If it wants to do something else, just be gentle with it. Maybe redirect it 1 millimeter back into a more kind of corrective form. Next breath in, think of getting long through the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and extend the left leg behind you. And maybe start to rock the heel forward and back, or circle, creating these gentle circles through the ball of the foot. So feel the big toe, feel the baby toe. Deep breath in, maybe revolve another millimeter. Maybe one day our shoulder blade will make contact. Now we're going to pick up the left leg and cross the midline of the mat, coming to the opposite corner of our mats. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale. As you exhale, start to draw your awareness as if the navel was hooking under your right rib, or your left rib cage rather. Pressing into your left big toe mound to activate through the inner left leg. And then exhale it, slowly release out of this. Just retracing your steps. Coming back to a tabletop position. And forward and back, side to side. Coming into the other side. Inhale, let's take the left arm up. Deep breath in, exhale, threading our needle here. Resting the temple on the floor, tent the fingers of the right hand. Really activate through the outer line of the left arm and hand. Full contact. And notice where you're feeling this rotation in your spine. What vertebrae do you imagine it to rotate at? So we want to stay out of the lumbar curve or any places where we're hypermobile, and think of trying to just gently invite the right hip back towards neutral so that we can get more spin through the mid-back. A little tighter there. Breathe into that. And then exhale, pressing into the fingertips. Let's extend, balance and extend to that right leg, and just start to explore. Explore contact with every pad of every toe, and pressing the heel forward, back, side to side, circles. Keep activating through this underside arm and into the shoulder blade, drawing it down the back. We're going to lift the right leg and find that cross. So coming and crossing the midline of your mat to the other side. All the points of contact, just nest in a little bit more. Everybody's doing a little bit of the work to stabilize you. You are working in this. This is not passive. Breathe into your side ribs. Think of breathing behind your kidney to create a sense of spaciousness. Maybe your kidney can receive more breath here. And then retrace your steps, coming back to neutral, making our way back up to a tabletop, just rolling through the spine, creating some counter movements here. And to finish, let's bring our knees together, big toes touch. Revisiting the womb in our child's pose. So we're going to take the belly flesh up and over the thighs. We'll feel nice and supported, and we're essentially tucking into a little ball. Resting the forehead down. Try to soften the shoulders. I can always feel my holding patterns in this position. And then maybe you can roll through the brow bone, right and then left. Looking for any rigid areas. If you find a little sharp corner somewhere, pause there and just nod yes and no. Inviting the weight of your head to really receive support from the floor. And then exhale. And slowly roll up and start to fingertip the floor, pull the navel back, rounding through the spine, and start to stack our bones one vertebrae at a time. How do you feel? I hope you enjoyed that one. I feel good too. Thanks for snacking with me. See you next time.